Well, to all our loyal subscribers, you've been extremely patient, and I did promise that the mini documentary series would resume. Neville Jones is here. He's been helping me for about 2 weeks now. We have a lot of material, what's called B-roll in the industry, and we're busy putting together several mini dockies, but just to show you how keen we are, here's a little teaser. So we found some very fresh lion tracks coming through camp. We're going to give it a try and see whether we can find this lioness. Hopefully she's not too far away. There you go. Smudge there is probably her track as well. And here's where she crossed. You can see the long stride. I think at this point she had noticed me, and she increased her pace. She's got a very long stride there. She's probably trotting at this point. Let's see if we can follow. You notice in the soft sand that the tracks are not that clear here. They're smudging, but you can see from the color of the sand that that's the same track as the one we saw earlier, which is very fresh. So there's a little bit of interpretation involved here. You cannot look for a perfect track because you're not going to always find one. I think that at this point she was looking over her shoulder. Can't be sure, but I see tracks going on this game trail, and then they seem to veer off a little. And if you remember when you're a kid riding a bicycle and you try to look over your shoulder, it's impossible to keep that bicycle going straight. You can even try it when you're walking, and you look over your shoulder, you'll veer off the path. I think that's what happened. She probably heard a noise from the camp, and she was walking and looked back and veered off. Incidentally, I think that there's more than one lioness here. I haven't seen absolute proof in terms of the tracks, but I know that there's 4 lionesses that hang together in this area, and I've got a feeling that the one we got a glimpse of was the last, and she was catching up with the rest of the pride. And then Impala standing there, quite relaxed. It's run off now after seeing us. after that last bit of track, there was something that confused me a little bit. She seemed to veer off the path that she'd been on, but into a dip that we've just walked past now. When you don't have clear track to follow all the time, you tend to you have to just use logic, and animals, just like humans, tend to take the easiest path available. So there was no reason for her to drop down into a dip and climb up the other side when there are paths on either side of that trench. So we've lost the track now. The tracking in this area is not very easy because there's a lot of grass cover that's fallen and not a lot of clear sand. But we shall persevere and see whether we have any success this morning. We found her. The brief look I got at that lion suggests to me that it's actually a young male and not a lioness. It's just seeming to, just from the bulk and the size of his body, and I think I saw a little bit of mane on him. We can try get another view of him, but the problem is two problems. Once he knows we're following him, he's going to be really wary, and the other thing is we've got guests coming into camp today. I don't want to scare him away from the camp. Well, always nice to succeed in a quest, not always guaranteed. That was fantastic. It didn't take too long. We managed to find the lion. He was quite nervous and ran off, but we found him and we've left him there, and hope he doesn't go too far. Thanks for joining.